Hello, hello, hello. So for this video, I want to give you a quick tour of my center and just let you know how everything started. So we started back in March 9th, 2020, so right before the pandemic hit. So I signed my FA agreement March 9th, and on the 13th, the world fell apart. So, but at that point, I already committed to it, and I'm still here 5 years later. So I just want to do a quick tour of the center and show you guys how what it looks like. All right, so this is the front of the center. It's the front door, sign above it, um, all the Kumon, I guess, paraphernalia, for lack of a better word. So let's go through the front door real quick. See the parent waiting area. Okay, so this is the front door. It's the parent waiting area. So we got a little water cooler here. This is where the kids come get some water. They also use it as a distraction. To not do their work. So they'll come out here and get like 4 or 5 cups of water, and we got to stop them because then what happens after you drink that much water? You got to go to the bathroom. So we try to make sure they complete their work first before we even they get to get some water, but they seem to love it. So that's brand new. So we got the chairs. So then here we got the Kumon posters. Um, Student of the month. So they list all the student of the months that are either at grade level or above at the center. And then this is where we list the top kids across the Kumon North America. So we got program completers, top readers, and top math kids. So it gives kids something to shoot for. Okay. And here we have the window into the classroom. So it's frosted, but with the space for the people to look through and see how the kids are performing in the class and see what's going on in there. And then I have here my little hobbies. So I like Lego. The kids seem to enjoy coming in here and playing with them as well. So here we have the Endurance. This came out in 2024. You got Ernest Shackleton and videographer, I think, laying there. The kids were playing with it yesterday. Then we have the Concorde, the supersonic passenger jet, which is so freaking cool to see. One of my favorite Lego sets in here. Then we also partner with some local businesses. So this is Tandoori Tavern. That's down the street, so Indian restaurant down the street. And then the Brainy Bites STEM camps. I guess they're doing some projects over the summer. So then here we also have these where parents will click the enrollment form to enroll their kids and watch the onboarding video about how Kumon works. Then we have the astronaut, the Hubble telescope, and Ernest Shackleton's lifeboat. So you guys can go look up the whole story about the Endurance to know what that's about. Then we have QR code for Google Reviews, Discovery Learning Gaps. This is where parents can scan the QR code to take a survey about their kids and figure out where their kids might be struggling. So if you have a chance, you can scan that, take a look at that. All right. Then we have the door to the classroom, and that's the classroom there. We'll go over that in a little bit. Then also have the frosted glass on this side as well, along with the TV where the kids watch YouTube, where the parents just watch TV while they're waiting for their kids, or the kids just watch after they're done and they're waiting on their parents. So then I have another poster here for a friend, $25 gift card from Kumon. Then we have another picture. This is where we put the actual pictures of the kids who are a student of the month on here. Another poster there. Okay. And on this side of the center, at the parent waiting area, we have the Discovery Shuttle, Jazz Quartet, and the Artemis Launch System. Now, this was, I think, since been decommissioned. I think the plan was for take humans back to the moon in 2026 and 2027 or something like that. But I don't think we're doing that anymore using that rocket. A couple of Lego sets, and then one of the coolest clocks I've ever seen. It just lists the time in writing, and it's in 5 minute intervals. Intervals. You can talk. Then we have the Perseverance rover. with the Ingenuity helicopter, which has since stopped flying in Mars, but that's went up right before COVID, and I spent a lot of time watching TV just about that when we're stuck in the house. And we have a link to our Instagram page and some other cool Lego sets for the kids to play with while they're out here. So one thing I wanted to point out, I am looking to get the Lego T-Rex fossil, no, the skeleton. So I want to put it right here, along with the Vincent van Gogh sunflowers, which I think I'm going to put right there. That's on the wall space I have. Look and fit. So what I'll do, I'll probably overlay a video of those two, so you can see what I'm talking about. I think the T-Rex the skeleton should fit right there. So that'd be awesome. All right, let's go into the classroom. So it's the main classroom. So we have these smaller tables for 3.5 to probably 4-year-old kids that just start us with Kumon. So it's usually 2 kids to 1 instructor. And then we have these other tables for our older kids that are more independent or when they're just starting with us, right? So we teach them how Kumon works, how to go through the worksheets and things like that before they get into the main classroom where they're more independent. And then I have the grading tables back there, I'll show you later. So we have the RRL. These are our books that the kids could borrow. Some of these books are in our reading worksheets, and the kids could take the books and read about how the stories end in the worksheets they just did. So these are the higher levels. Then we have the lower levels for our early learners. So these are books that help them start reading and help develop the love for reading. Then we have our folders for the kids when they come in. These are kids from class yesterday when they return the books. And then the folders from the previous class days. Okay? So then we have the main classroom. Pardon the mess I just got in here today. So this is the main classroom. So this is where most of our independent kids sit. And when they're done with their work, they bring it to the grading tables up here. So we have a math grading table and a reading grading table. So the kids bring their work here, the graders grade it, and they give it back to them with any corrections they need to complete. And then these are the aprons for my staff to wear, so we all look uniform. Then we have a little treasure chest. This is where we pay kids for their homework. So for every homework they complete, we give them $1, and they can come in here and buy whatever they think they can afford, right? So it's a good way to teach them the value of money. You have kids in here that as soon as they get a little dollar, they want to spend it. You got kids in here with like $300-400, and they're just excited to have that kind of money. So, and then we also somehow, because we deal with kids, we collect water bottles and jackets that kids leave here and with no names, so we have no idea who they belong to. So, then we have little cabinets back here for storage. We keep our pens and other stuff. Snacks for the staff. That's the bathroom right there. And this is our wall of worksheets. So this is where we pull all the worksheets for the kids to do their work from. So we've got a reading section and a math section. And these are all the worksheets from learning to read to Shakespeare, from counting objects to stats, right? So we have everything to help a kid get through high school and beyond and be ready for college. And then you have the completed books up top that I had to complete to become a Kumon instructor. Okay, I already mentioned the bathroom, some more storage, and this is the back door. So let's go here real quick. So this is the back door of the center. We got a sign on the back. Frosted glass so the kids don't stare out the classroom while they're doing their work. Now I've had parents come to this door thinking this is the front door, and I always have to tell them, like, if you see a frosted door having to do with your kids, please don't drop them off there. that doesn't look right. So it's either one or two things: you're at the wrong place, or this is the back door. So when you do come visit, if you come here, just come around the other side of the building, and that's where we are. Okay. All right. So that's a quick tour of the center that we opened March 9th of 2020, and we're still here 5 years later. So I'm pretty proud of that. But I'm going to probably post a video about the first 5 year journey, just give you a sense of what it's like going from being a 9 to 5 employee to being on your own business. Even if it's a franchise, but still it's your business. You're still responsible for the hiring, firing, marketing, payroll, everything. So just do me a favor, do all that YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, share this video with as many people as possible, trying to show me my journey and see how we got here, where we are, and keep going. All right, thanks. Bye.